What's up, everybody? TKN here, Clutch Kicker Nation, bringing you another video on Project Race Car. Alright, today's video is something that I've been waiting for a long time. Maybe not that long, but at least a week or something, I don't know. But either way, I've had some parts and I've been waiting on other parts, and then finally they're starting to come in. So today, we got in some parts, so I'm going to go ahead, and if you haven't seen already, I'm going to install my new steering wheel. So here it is. I got this from Grip Royal. It's a really nice steering wheel. It's their Walnut King or something like that. I love it. It's beautiful. It is just a really fancy looking wheel, and it is way nicer than my car deserves. But hey, I needed a steering wheel. I wanted something good. I didn't want some junk. That's what I got. Another part we're going to be installing today is didnt's quick release hub. My buddy has one of these on his S13, and I tested it out. It felt really good, felt really firm and everything, and he swears by it. He's been drifting with it for a while, and he loves it. So I went ahead and got it. So yeah, we're going to give it a shot, and they had one that kind of matched the wheel, so I picked that up. So yeah, I'm really excited to get these on, because honestly, I'm just tired of climbing out of this car with a roll cage that has ladder bars and not X bars with the stock steering wheel. It's very awkward, and I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be once I get the race seat in there. So yeah, we're going to install this, and so let's get started. Alright guys, so hopefully you can see this pretty well. It's kind of a weird angle to try to get a camera in here right now. There's so much stuff in this car. But either way, so here's my stock steering wheel, and as you can see, I mean, it does flip up, but with these ladder bars here, it's really hard to get in and out of this car and everything, and sadly, I wish I had a seat in here right now, but I don't. Either way, we're going to install this steering wheel. So, yeah, it's, you know, been a while since I pulled a steering wheel, and I've never really pulled one on this car, so we're going to kind of learn together. So, obviously, we're going to have to pull this horn patch thing, and it just pops off. I do know that because I've had that off before. Alright, so it's a 19 millimeter to get this center bolt off. Or no. Now that I have the tools, let's get started.
Smoke kush, so I've got no stress. Stunting, it ain't no contest. Diamonds all in my Rolex, cause I go hard like P90.
Wow, that was uneventful. I don't know. Literally, pull the bolt off and the whole thing came off. Sounds good. That was easy. Let's hope the rest of it's just as easy. Alright guys, so in case you're wondering, obviously I didn't have airbags, and obviously I'm not worried about the horn. Now I will fix the horn later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to relocate the horn to a push button somewhere that I can push on the dash or something. Because the quick release, the didnt quick release doesn't allow you to use the horn. So basically, I'll worry about that later. Right now, I'm just trying to get the car operational and driftable. So basically what I did is I bolted the hub to the steering wheel, because I read on Grip Royal's thing that their bolts are offset, so they said the best way is to bolt the hub to the steering wheel, center your steering wheel, and then take the steering wheel off to install your quick release. So that way it'll line up. So that's what I did. I put a couple bolts in to hold the wheel to the hub, and then I'm just going to put it on here and get it lined up where it was, so it's nice and straight. So yeah, so then I'll just go ahead and screw this down, and then I'll remove the two bolts and get the quick release and
heard you claiming you get real high. You smoke this have a pound and your brain gon' fry, and it ain't no lie. Go sing love, and my bitch real high, and it ain't no lie.
Alright, she's nice and tight, so now I'll get the steering wheel off and get the quick release. Alright, for those that are really anal like I can be at times, if you're wondering, the torque for this is just about 30 foot-pounds, so I think it's 22 to 29.
My vision is simply not in good condition that I mentioned. We go hard, we don't even leave home at all. So what the nigga do, we ball. So carry on. Really in the molly, clearly got me very crowded. I sit back, minding the zone, minding my own. Need nobody, I can get high on my own.
Okay, so now apparently this part is meant to install on the back of the steering wheel like this. I don't really like that, because one, then you have the spline sticking out and those are coated in grease and stuff, and two, I really like to be able to just pull my wheel off one-handed in case I need to and stuff, instead of having to push and pull. So we're going to mount this in the car and this on the wheel. So the didnt kit comes with several different screws. It comes with the black countersunk ones to go mount this to the hub. And then it comes with chrome ones, or stainless or whatever, with nuts and washers to mount this to the wheel. So this is the one that's going to get mounted to the wheel. So basically, I'm going to take this and throw in a couple bolts and line it all up and everything, but this part's going to get installed on the wheel, this part's going to get installed on the hub. Alright, so I threw a couple bolts in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm just take the steering wheel and make sure it still lines up straight, which it does. So now I can go ahead and pull the quick release and install all the bolts and everything like that. Alright guys, so I'm sorry I stopped recording, but I ran into a small little issue. So the bolts they sent me these black countersunk screws, which work great for, you know, bolting the steering wheel on and everything like that, and bolting the spline part of the quick release to the hub. But then they sent me these silver screws that weren't countersunk, and they were not going to work with the steering wheel because the steering wheel is countersunk. So I'm either going to have to get some different hardware, or I'm going to have to bolt it the way I have it right now, which is the spline part bolted to the steering wheel and the receptacle bolted to the hub, which I don't really like because then I have to push this way to get the steering wheel off. Let me show you. Alright, so with the current way I have to push in and pull out, and that leaves this spline part on the steering wheel, which is all greasy and stuff, and I really don't really like that because, one, it's not a one-hand operation and everything, and then you got this dirty greasy part all on your steering wheel, and you set it down on your seat, and then your seat gets all dirty or something like that. At least with this bolted to the steering wheel, all the grease is inside the spline receptacle. So yeah, these silver ones are not countersunk, which work fine on this, but will not work with the steering wheel. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I kind of temporarily installed it just to see how I like it. I don't really like it. So I'm going to probably have to get some different bolts because this is going to be annoying to do that. And I mean, it's on there. It's all hand tight. It's not really secured, but it feels nice and everything like that. But I do not like that at all. So yeah, obviously I haven't tightened any of the bolts, but the quick release is nice, but I don't like having to push it, and then I don't like this part being on the wheel. So it looks like a trip to the hardware store is in order tomorrow. I think I'm going to look for some different screws and change this out. So sadly, as usual, nothing I planned goes accordingly. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close out this video here. It's just a short little video trying to show you my steering wheel and quick release install. Obviously it didn't work out. I'm going to need some hardware. So yeah, hopefully at least it helped you out, and at least you can see the nice pretty new parts that I'm getting for the race car. So she's coming along. Hopefully the seat brackets get here in the next week. Radiator will be here tomorrow, so we can do that. I got my power steering line, so as soon as that radiator gets here, I can put the radiator back in. I also ordered a coolant gauge just so I can monitor the coolant temps while I'm drifting. So we're going to do the radiator, coolant temps, coolant gauge, power steering cooler, and finish our power steering lines. And that'll all be done, and then all we have left is the racing seat, finish the steering wheel, and put the fenders and bumper back on, and change the oil, and then drive it for a few days, well, get in alignment, and drive it for a few days, and make sure everything's good to go, and we'll be ready to drift. So yeah, we're getting closer. Alright guys, so thanks for watching. Sadly, this is not finished, so we'll just say to be continued. You guys have a great night, and I will check you later.